hope you're doing well. So in today's video, let's get started with pricing rules. We will learn about what pricing rules is, and we will actually create pricing rules in ERPNext. Now, before we go ahead and create pricing rules directly, let's understand what exactly it is. Now, think of pricing rule as like a rule or a logic, which is it is like creating an automation but for pricing at a smaller scale. So for example, let's say you have 10 items, and you want to, maybe if you're a wholesaler and you want that anytime somebody buys 10 of these items, maybe you want to apply a discount of like 5%. Or it could also be the case where you are like between let's say New Year's time, during New Year's you want to apply a certain discount to always be there for all item, or maybe for the item group. So that can be applied using pricing rule. So think of it as just a simple rule that adjusts the prices, that applies the discounts automatically. Now, why does pricing rule even matters? So like I mentioned, because the automation aspect to it, and once you have pricing rule applied, you also know how much discount has been applied to what item, what sales order, what invoice, and then also be able to audit it properly. So that is the importance of pricing rule. Now, there are some of the conditions that you can set with pricing rules. So for example, you can decide basically you want it for a customer, or maybe you want it for a supplier, or it could also be on the basis of item and item group, which we will see in a while. And there is also a very important thing, in the sense that if you say that okay, if somebody is buying more than 10 items, like I mentioned earlier, so then a certain amount of discount, or maybe certain percentage of discount, should be applied. And there is also a free items use case that can be applied using pricing rule, in the sense that if somebody is buying this item, so maybe you want an additional complementary item to be given as well. So we will see some of these use cases today. Now, a pricing rule basically can again, it's basically you can set a fixed price and you can apply the discount. That's the whole point of it. So I would say let's directly get into the pricing rule creation now. So yeah, I'm currently already on this pricing rule page. What I'll do is I'll go ahead and create a new pricing rule. Now let's do one thing. So we'll have two use cases with us. One would be for a free item, and the other one would be for basically applying a discount of certain percentage. So let's apply a bulk discount. So in the sense that if somebody is purchasing more than 5 items or something, then there will be some discount that would be given. Okay, so now I will be applying, let's say this I want it for electronics. So I'm going to select that. Now I'll add the item. So I already have some of these items that are added. Now I'll use this one. This is already applied. You can actually select whether you want to apply this on item code, or on item group, or on a brand, or on transaction. For now, let's go ahead, let's start it simple. We'll go with item code. Okay, and you can also choose here whether you want it to be a price, or whether you want it to be a product discount. Now I'm choosing price over here. Next thing that you can do is you have to select whether it applies during selling or during buying. In future videos we will see the buying use cases as well, but right now let's focus only on selling. Now we are saying that okay, you know what, this is applicable on certain customer. Maybe you can say decide on where this selling has to be applicable for, where this pricing rule has to be applicable for. So let's say I'm choosing customer group, and I'm choosing all commercial customers. Whoever buys this particular item, they will get certain discount. Now let's get into the discount of it. So you can also decide what should the minimum quantity be, what should the minimum or the maximum quantity be. So let's say I'm choosing that 10 quantities. So if anybody buys a minimum 10 of these, so we would be applying certain discounts. Now before going into the discount section, let's just choose a date from when is this valid. So I'm choosing that 16th of May, so let's choose it up to 31st May. So basically we are saying that between 15 days this discount applies. Now you can select what is going to be the margin type, whether it has to be on the percentage, whether it has to be on the amount. Right now I'm not going to use this field at all. I'm just going to directly focus on this price discount scheme where I would apply a discount percentage of 10%. Okay, so yeah, let's go ahead and let's save it now. So if you see, this pricing rule is now created. Now what I can do is I'll go ahead and create a new sales order. So let's test this pricing rule in real time. Now we'll remember this item, that is MacBook Air 13. Okay, so let's go ahead and create the first sales order. So I already have a customer with me. I'm going to select this customer, and let's say the delivery date is 23rd, and I'm selecting the item that we very recently created a pricing rule for. And here you can see the item price is, the rate is $1,180. Now I'm going to select the quantities as 11 now. So we'll see this rate, there will be a discount applied to it. So now as you can see, after I selected the quantity, because in our pricing rule we have set the quantity, that is a minimum quantity, to be 10. So if I do it as 9, the rate would stay the same, but as soon as I do it 10, there is a discount that is applied over here. Okay, then I'll just save it. And okay, let me save it again. Yeah, so now this is saved. Let's just also take a look at the actual sales order, like what's the value and all. So here you can see that it is the actual rate that it is showing is basically $1,062, which is 10% less than what the actual rate of this item is. Okay, so yeah, this is one use case. Now let's go ahead and create another pricing rule where we want to actually add a free item. Okay, so I want to name this as free item addition, and here let's say we are applying this on M2 Air. So yeah, then here I'm going to apply here a product discount. Okay, because this is not a price discount, because I want to add a free product. So I'm going to select a product over here, and I'm gonna again select selling. I just have to select the minimum quantity as 1 and maximum quantity as 1. And here I can select what is going to be the item over here. Now again, if you can see that you can also select the same item, in the sense that it is the offer in case if you want to ever apply, like buy one get one plus one. So at that time that can be used. But let's say I want to ask everybody to just get a free AirPods. Anybody who's buying a MacBook, they also get a free AirPods. And we just select the quantity over here. It's basically 1. And yeah, and let's say this offer is valid only for 2 days. That's it. I'll just save this. Now this is a very simple pricing rule that is already created. Now let's go ahead and quickly create our sales order. I'm gonna add a delivery date again as 23rd, and I am selecting MacBook Air. So as you can see, as soon as I added this MacBook Air, AirPods also were added automatically to it. Now let's just save it. Okay, wait, I have to add a delivery date as well. So let's take a look at this print, in the sense this order print. So you can see that this AirPods were like of 0 cost, and this is the total discount. Now there's also other print format that I have created for this. We can see this discount one. So in case if we want the customization to be applied, wherever there's a free item, then we can just say that hooray, you got a free item. Now this was something that was customized. So yeah, this is all about the pricing rule. These are the only 2 use cases that I have explored in this video. Of course there are going to be more use cases which we can see. So you can suggest what you want to see, And again, yeah, we will be creating videos, we will be creating everything related to ERP Next. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, everyone. Have a good day. Bye.